Welcome to Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. I'm your host, Poonam Kumar. For our interview this week, we'll take a closer look at the Parks, Trails, and Open Space Initiative. But before we check out what's been going on in the city, let's start with our legislative update. At a May meeting, the City Council discussed its 2015 priorities, specifically ways for improving the city's capital improvement program, including maintenance of roads, sidewalks, building, and other city properties. The council also was briefed on the outcomes of a public design charrette held to identify design options for Pioneer Park improvements. The council is continuing its overall review of the mayor's budget proposal, with another public hearing set for June 2nd. Salt Lake City celebrated its 30th annual Living Traditions Festival earlier this month. There were performances from internationally renowned acts like Bombino and A Tribe Called Red, as well as various crafts, global dance and music, and food from diverse cultures right here in Salt Lake City. At a kickoff meeting along the Jordan River Trail, Salt Lake City launched a new Parks, Trails, and Open Space initiative to the public, asking for input on how residents would like to see their outdoor recreation spaces best developed. A bond to fund these changes is being considered. Residents are encouraged to join the conversation. The next meeting will be held on May 27th and 2 meetings on May 28th. For more details, please visit ouroutdoorslc.com or call 801-910-5356. Mill Creek resident Dustin Dickerson recently received the Citizens Heroism Medal from the Salt Lake City Fire Department. Dickerson removed a person from a burning car within the Salt Lake City limits and was recognized at a council meeting for his life-saving act. Every year, the mayor challenges residents of Salt Lake City to bike to work, and this year was no exception. On May 12th, dozens of residents and city employees met up at the Sugar House Draw and made their way to the City and County building along bike lanes, new and old. And now it's time to get more details about the new Parks, Trails, and Open Space Initiative.
So I'm Nichol Bourdeaux, and I am the Deputy Chief of Staff for Salt Lake City Mayor. We're in the process right now of engaging citizens to get their priorities and ideas about Salt Lake City's parks, recreation, outdoor space, and trails. The engagement process is going to be a myriad of open houses throughout Salt Lake City, as well as they can visit online to give their opinions and prioritize what they want the city to invest in. And the city really has the opportunity, due to the closure of 2 golf courses and looking at repurposing that space, as well as holistically looking at the opportunities moving forward with our parks and trails and open space system. We haven't invested in our parks and trail system, major investment, for over decades. And so we're really looking at where we are now and what future activities the community really wants to invest in. The council is interested in looking at a bond for the November ballot, and so we're hoping to get a feel of what the community prioritizes as far as parks, trails, and open space, and what they're really willing to actually pay for and would like the city to invest in the future. After we get the engagement information, we will work with the city officials to come up with a package to make a recommendation to the council for a possible bond in November. The open houses, you can go on ouroutdoorslc.com to find information regarding all of the open houses and also see kind of what's going on right now. There's also a link to Open City Hall there where you can take the survey if you're not able to make it to any open house participation. So there's a lot of opportunities to weigh in.
And now it's time for our History Minute.
Shortly after the pioneers established their foothold in the center of Salt Lake City, they set their sights on other industries close by. 4 miles southeast of downtown, city leaders sought to create the first factory in the western United States to process beets into refined sugar. Those early attempts weren't successful, but Sugar House prospered through the years on its own as a second downtown, thanks to local merchants and a bustling streetcar system. In the 1920s, sculptor Millard Mallon suggested to the Sugar House Businessmen's League that a monument be erected in Sugar House to honor the early industry of the area on the plaza in the heart of the neighborhood. The Business League and City of Salt Lake paid jointly the $2,000 to put up the monument, sculpted by Mallon and his two fellow artists, Edward Anderson and Lorenzo Young. The monument, which was completed and dedicated on November 11, 1934, is an Art Deco spire with carvings of Native Americans at the top, representing their passing prominence in the valley. Below are bronze sculptures of pioneer workers. A bas-relief plaque of the old sugar mill graces the north side of the monument. Today, it's the center of the newly refurbished plaza, which serves as a gathering place for residents and visitors year-round.
That's it for this week's Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. Be sure to tune in next time to keep up to date on what's happening in the city. For SLC TV, I'm Poonam Kumar.